What's going on, guys? So I'm actually heading to work right now, and one of the tasks I have to do is actually build out an operating plan. And for me, I personally have never built out an operating plan. I've seen some great ones online, and I don't know how to build one, so I got my buddy here, ChatGPT, and we're just gonna talk throughout this car ride. And I'm gonna have ChatGPT teach me everything I need to know about an operating plan. So you guys are gonna see here, I have my phone over here, and this phone will be used to talk to ChatGPT, as well as we got a mic for ChatGPT. So it's gonna be down here, kind of like the center console, so it's not bothering me. And you guys will just hear this conversation. And I kind of wanted to make this so that way, whenever you need to learn something new, you have a resource, right? So many times our resource right now is just Googling stuff. And when you Google stuff, it's really cool, but sometimes you're driving and you're like an hour commute to work and you gotta learn something on the fly, or you're in so many meetings all day, you have no time, but really the only time you really have is at your commute, or like you have an hour lunch break, but you gotta eat and you gotta like relax. So I'm hanging out with ChatGPT. I hope you guys enjoy this conversation. I hope you guys learn from this, and then I hope you guys are just kind of realizing the power of artificial intelligence we have right now, and we're still in like first or second inning of it, which is super crazy to think of it, that we have so much to learn from it and to see how everything works. So let's do it. I just turned on ChatGPT. ChatGPT, can you hear me?
Hey, Angelo. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. I'm gonna need your help today with some stuff. You ready?
Absolutely. I'm ready. What do you need help with today?
Okay, ChatGPT, I need you to pretend you are a 30-year business executive who's worked at several Fortune 100 companies, and you went to business school at Stanford Graduate School of Business, as well as you got a master in operations from Wharton School of Business. You good with that?
Absolutely, Angelo. As a seasoned business executive with an MBA from Stanford and a master's in operations from Wharton, I'm well versed in corporate strategies and operations management. How can I assist you with your business queries today?
Okay, so I have to develop an operating plan for work for the 2025-2026 year. I have no idea what an operating plan is. Can you teach me everything I need to know? Start from the very beginning.
Sure thing. An operating plan is essentially a detailed roadmap that outlines how a company will achieve its goals and objectives within a specific time frame, typically 1 year. Here's a breakdown of what you need to know. 1. Objectives and goals. Start by defining clear, measurable goals for your organization. These should align with your broader strategic objectives. 2. Key initiatives. Outline the major projects or initiatives that will drive the achievement of your objectives. This could include launching new products, entering new markets, or improving operational efficiencies. 3. Resource allocation. Determine the resources required to execute your initiatives, including budget, personnel, and equipment. Ensure that your plan is financially viable. 4. Performance metrics. Establish KPIs, key performance indicators, to monitor progress towards your goals. This helps in assessing the effectiveness of your plan. 5. Timeline. Create a detailed timeline for implementing your initiatives, specifying key milestones and deadlines. 6. Risk assessment. Identify potential risks and develop contingency plans. This prepares your team for unexpected challenges. 7. Community.
Keep going, ChatGPT. We can hear you.
Great. An operating plan helps ensure everyone in the organization is aligned and working towards the same goals. It's a living document, so you'll want to review and adjust it regularly as circumstances change. Ready to dive into creating your own operating plan?
Yeah, let's dive in.
Awesome. Let's start by setting some objectives and goals. What are the key outcomes you want your organization to achieve in the 2025-2026 year? Think about both financial targets like revenue growth or profit margins and non-financial targets such as customer satisfaction or market share.
Let's just go over financial targets right now. Overall, we're trying to save money. What financial targets can we outline?
Focusing on saving money is a solid objective. Here are some financial targets you might consider. 1. Cost reduction. Set a specific percentage or dollar amount by which you aim to reduce overall operating costs. This could be achieved through process improvements, renegotiating vendor contracts, or reducing overhead. 2. Efficiency gains. Target improvements in specific areas, such as reducing production costs per unit or decreasing the cost of customer acquisition. 3. Expense management. Identify key expense categories and set targets for reducing discretionary spending, such as travel, entertainment, or office supplies. 4. Revenue enhancement. While focusing on saving, you might also set targets for increasing revenue streams, which can improve your overall financial health. 5. Debt reduction. If applicable, aim to reduce debt levels to decrease interest expenses and improve cash flow. By setting specific, measurable targets in these areas, you'll create a clear financial roadmap for your organization in the upcoming year. Does any of these targets resonate with what you have in mind?
Yes, so those are pretty great. Can you give me examples or firms, consulting firms that have created operating plans, and what were the key aspects of them?
Certainly. Consulting firms like McKinsey & Company, Bain & Company, and Boston Consulting Group, BCG, are renowned for helping organizations develop operating plans. Let's look at some key aspects typically included in the plans they create. 1. Strategic alignment. Ensuring the operating plan aligns with the company's overall strategic goals. This involves translating high-level strategies into actionable initiatives and tasks. 2. Market analysis. In-depth analysis of market trends, customer needs, and competitive dynamics to inform decision-making and prioritize initiatives. 3. Resource planning. Detailed allocation of resources, including budget, personnel, and technology to support the execution of key initiatives. 4. Performance management. Establishing KPIs and dashboards to monitor progress, providing a feedback loop to adjust the plan as needed. 5. Risk management. Identifying potential risks and developing mitigation strategies to ensure the plan's resilience. 6. Stakeholder engagement. Involving key stakeholders in the planning process to gain buy-in and ensure alignment across the organization.
Continue, ChatGPT.
These aspects help create a comprehensive operating plan that is strategic, actionable, and adaptable. For instance, a consulting firm might work with a manufacturing company to streamline its supply chain. The operating plan would include initiatives for negotiating better rates with suppliers, implementing inventory management systems to reduce carrying costs, and optimizing logistics to lower shipping expenses. By focusing on these areas, the company can achieve significant cost savings while also improving efficiency and competitiveness. Is there a particular area of your organization you want to focus on for your operating plan?
No, ChatGPT. That should be good enough. Can you talk about what it's like to integrate dashboards into your operating plan? What would you need to see? What type of data?
Integrating dashboards into your operating plan is crucial for monitoring performance and making data-driven decisions. Here's what it's like and what you need to consider. First, key performance indicators, KPIs. First, determine the KPIs that align with your operating plan's objectives. These could include financial metrics like revenue growth, cost savings, and profit margins, as well as operational metrics like production efficiency, customer satisfaction, and employee productivity. Data sources. Identify where the data for these KPIs will come from. This could be internal systems like ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, or CRM, Customer Relationship Management Software, financial databases, or external sources like market reports. Create dashboards that are visually intuitive and easy to interpret. Use charts, graphs, and gauges to represent data in a way that highlights trends, comparison, and outliers. 4. Real-time data. Whenever possible, use real-time data to keep the dashboard current. This enables timely decision-making and allows you to respond quickly to emerging issues or opportunities. 5. Drill down.
Continue.
Sure, drill down capability is important for exploring the underlying data behind the KPIs. Users can click on a high-level metric to view more detailed information, such as by department, product line, or time period. 6. Customizable views. Different stakeholders may need to see different data. Dashboards should allow users to customize their views to focus on the metrics most relevant to them. 7. Alerts and notifications. Set up automated alerts to notify you when certain thresholds are met or exceeded. This proactive feature helps you stay on top of critical issues. 8. Integration with planning. Use the insights gained from the dashboard to inform and adjust your operating plan. For example, if a particular initiative is underperforming, you can investigate and reallocate resources as needed. By integrating dashboards into your operating plan, you gain a powerful tool for tracking progress, identifying issues, and making informed adjustments to stay on course towards your goals.
That is fascinating. Can you go over how Fortune 100 companies have used operating plans in their perspective?
As a critical tool for translating their high-level strategies into actionable initiatives. Here's how they typically leverage these plans. 1. Strategic implementation. Operating plans help Fortune 100 companies break down their overarching strategies into specific, manageable actions. For example, if a company
Continue. Continue, ChatGPT. Alright guys, looks like we may not have internet in this area. But ChatGPT's connection failed. Tap to retry. Let's try and connect to the internet. So we're still trying to connect, guys. Hey ChatGPT, can you hear me? ChatGPT, can you hear me? Looks like a connection failed. So I appreciate you, GPT. We learned a lot actually through that, so I want to kind of go over like what we kind of learned. So it's so interesting how we have this thing called AI now, and it can teach us so much. You have to imagine like 2 years ago, whenever you had to learn something, it's just through a YouTube video or through Google. Now you kind of have this interactive tool for you to use where you can talk to the AI. Hey, how do we do this? How do we do that? And you are gonna start seeing like this world we kind of live in. It's you're gonna need to adjust to AI, and you're gonna need to integrate this tool into your workflow. And right now, it's still the beginning kind of phases of everything. So don't be afraid to kind of learn everything along the way as we all start going through this entire process of integrating and learning artificial intelligence, um, I'm starting to see that, like, when you go into a classroom, you learn something, and sometimes you need clarification on a certain topic. So what you can do now with GPT, with OpenAI's AI, is that you can take a photo of whatever you're trying to solve, and it will teach you that, whether it be an equation, whether asking it what it sees, how we can make things better, and use that to evaluate it, right? But the one thing you need to know is that you need to prompt the AI. This is one thing I will always teach you guys and really have you learn, is that the AI needs to be more specific, right? You can say something, say, hey, Chat GPT, solve this for me, right? I'll solve you use math equation. But if you want to get hyper specific and have it kind of pinpoint better what you wanted to do, you need to prompt it. So if you guys saw in the beginning version of me talking to the AI, I said, hey, ChatGPT, I want you to imagine you are a 40 or 30 year, whatever I said earlier, executive with business experience. Can you talk about how you, 30, 40 years business experience, with experience working for Fortune 100 companies, and you have a master's in business administration from Stanford GSB and a master's from like Wharton, right? So you're kind of prompting it right now on what to say, and what to like kind of experience you need, right? Because you can kind of go from the other spectrum and have it say, oh, you are a product manager, you are a artist, you are like whatever you need it to prompt and be as. Then you can have that GPT, you can have that AI like pretend it is that, and it will be more specific when it pulls information for you because it knows what it wants to like kind of prompt itself as, right? As opposed if you just kind of didn't prompt it, it's going to spew a whole bunch of information that can most likely maybe inaccurate, and it's not hyper specific for what you're trying to do. So that's one key thing I want you guys to know, is that have it hyper specific with what you're trying to do, and then utilize it when it comes to really just try and teach you what you want from it. Okay, so that's one thing you're going to learn, is that, okay, I wanted to be specific, I wanted to do XYZ for me, let's go via like this certain route for you to kind of be more successful when you're talking and prompting your AI. Okay guys, I hope that helps a ton. um and right now, like, the conversation, it does flow. However, you're gonna start noticing that it does kind of pause in between your conversation. And I usually think this pause comes from it, like, there's like a character limit, I'm assuming, with the AI, and it has to pause. So you gotta tell it, continue, continue. And I'm on GPT Premium, so I'm paying that $20 a month for it. And that way I'm using like it to just talk to me, and I'm using like the most kind of up-to-date features right now, right? And I'm assuming this just chat of me and GPT right now, it's not like super intensive, like as opposed if you're using it to build like some code or an application, or if you were trying to use it to like evaluate some data for you, right? Because right now it's the time of filming this, I'm at GPT 4.0, and it's pretty good. Like, I have seen it on ChatGPT, I think 3, 2.5. I've seen it in its early renditions, and I've just seen how much it has improved since its inception, and it's only going to continue to get better. Which is the crazy thing about it, is that it's just going to get better and better and better and better. And the way you need to utilize this in your workflow is like, even if your corporation doesn't allow you to use the AI system, have it as your personal assistant and your personal teacher, because when you have that resource or asset to you, you can learn so much, like, as opposed to having to, like, usually we'll Google search everything and then it takes a while, all that stuff. But as you are able to kind of work with it, it will get a lot better, because it starts learning from who you are and what you're teaching it, right? It updates its memory, which is crazy. And AI and technology does not get tired. It's going to keep training and training and training, and you're still in the early renditions of it. So it's kind of fascinating. Like a lot of people in Silicon Valley are saying they're curious to see who is the first person to build $1 billion company with just himself, herself, and AI. So I'm actually curious to see that. But you're starting to learn too. Like one, it's a really solid teacher, right? Of course, the AI will hallucinate from time to time, but you need to also realize is that the quality and the quantity of information you're getting is kind of insane for what we're starting to see right now, right? That's why you're seeing so many companies pivot to artificial intelligence, so many data centers, so many energy, electricity is all being used for AI. So I'm curious to see where this whole thing goes, to be quite frank with you. And it's really cool and it's really exciting to see everything grow from this. So I'm curious. I'm gonna keep teaching you guys too, because I'm trying to learn so much business stuff for like my YouTube, for work, and I'm hoping these videos of me just hanging out and talking to the AI will teach me, but also help you guys like learn something and build something that you truly want to build for the net benefit of society. Because we have this amazing tool called artificial intelligence now, and right now it's like if we can solve these like issues by learning from all this AI, imagine how much benefit we can give to the world. So that's always super exciting, right? And I'm excited to see how like all these models we have, like Gemini, which is Google's, we have Chat GPT's model, we have Perplexity, everyone's starting to build, I think Llama is Meta's AI. So we're starting to see so many cool things kind of come aboard. And I'm excited to see where life will take us with this whole artificial intelligence thing, right? I know it's like scary. I know it's progressing so fast, but I do think there is going to be a positive benefit to society as we continue to kind of grow this thing from the ground up. And it's moving quick. It's moving really, really quick. So we'll see how this whole thing goes. If you can take the time, like, take like an hour, take 30 minutes out of your day to just sit down and watch videos on AI, on artificial intelligence, to understand like what you can do to make things better, then you will be so much far ahead of everyone and of all your peers. Okay, guys? So for me, I'm gonna take an hour a day, right, during my commute to just talk to the AI, learn from the AI, figure out how we can make things better, because it is a very exciting portion of our life that we're in right now, right? And also too, it keeps you mentally stimulated. You want to always kind of work your brain out. You always want to keep thinking how to make things better, how to do X, Y, Z. There's so many times we just want to kind of be lazy and not do anything. But I think if you want a good mental challenge to make yourself more kind of adept to where the world is going, to make your brain a little sharper, to understand the world a little bit better, learn AI. Like, and don't feel bad. Like, it's gonna be tricky at first, right? It's gonna be tricky. Like, what am I doing? How am I learning all this stuff? But as you continue to progress, as you continue to just keep on learning, you will start seeing trends in whatever you're trying to do. Trends in where the world is going. Keep up to date with it, right? Because it's all a very exciting field, and you're looking at it from a perspective of what you say you want to progress your career, your life, build a business, or just be a better person. You can just learn how to do it through artificial intelligence, right? And I'm excited to see how it progresses, right? It's kind of interesting too, which is really good. I think companies, as they are starting to scale it, they start adding guardrails to it, right? So making sure the AI is safe, right? Which I think is super important as we scale this so fast, because a lot of times too is like we're scaling it so fast, we don't know if what we're doing is the right way to do things. So I think developing guardrails behind it to make sure everything is safe, correct, and makes sense for society is one way we should look at everything. And it is very, very exciting. And the way you kind of get over the curb is just, or just to turn the corner for AI is just by learning every day. There's always a new video that's out. You don't need to go super deep technical into the weeds. I think you'll be more ahead of people, even if you just learn what AI tools we have available and then like build things with it. So imagine yourself as a person who is like a master, like blacksmith, right? You build certain tools, right? And as a blacksmith, the more tools you have, the better things you can build. And you're going to start to see us our tools are AI. So if you learn that you have more tools, like you have a hammer, you have a screw, you have a wrench, you have a saw, all these tools. For us, if you learn about all the AI tools, oh man, you can build some awesome stuff. So keep learning about these tools, about what you can build, what you can scale, what you can do. It's a very, very exciting time for us. So that should be the way you approach everything. Build, scale, learn, do all these amazing, great things. And you will have these tools available to you as you continue to keep learning. Okay, guys? All right, guys, I'll see you guys in the next portion of the video, but I'll probably jump on a little later today.